Hello and welcome to today's reading. Today we are using the Starseed Oracle, and that will be linked in the description box if you are interested. The first card that came up is the Seven Star Sisters, Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life, Expression. I'm being shown that you are a portal of some kind. You may be someone who is particularly creative. This card talks about creativity and being a midwife to inspiration. So it is like being a portal. I'm being shown your solar plexus being turned into a spiraling galaxy. And it is so bright that even what is considered bright on this earth is dark in comparison. And this portal is birthing many things. It is a gateway through from one realm into this one. And you are the channel, the conscious creator. And while you are acting as a gateway, you are not bridging for entities other than yourself. You are bridging for your own inspiration, your own creation. And the things that are coming through are things that humanity has been asking for, needing, wanting. They are tools that will increase humanity's collective consciousness and vibration. I have a lot of air in my body right now, and it's making it a little bit difficult to speak. You may also be someone who is an air sign or associates with air or does a lot with communication, but you may also be experiencing a lot of air, a lot of stomach or throat air specifically. As you open yourself up to this, I'm seeing you doing a type of dance almost to open yourself up to this energy. You may not realize that this is what you've been opening to, but this is what all of these random intuitions to do a particular kind of yoga. I'm seeing the fish pose where your heart is opening, or a lot of stretching or yawning, anything that brings space into your chest. I'm seeing that you have been called to do that, or if you haven't been doing that, it is a good time to begin, because this portal is opening through you. And whatever it is that you create, whether you are a fine artist and you paint, or you create things like you craft with physical items and bring them together to create another physical item, or you create music or information. You might be a writer, you might be a welder, you might be someone who works with things that already exist to transform them into something else. Whatever this is being leveled up for you right now, and you are aligning yourself with it consciously or unconsciously. And this is good. This is where you are supposed to be. You are supposed to be preparing yourself to be this gateway for this creative inspiration. It isn't that it is happening right now, that the whole reason for this gateway is occurring right now, but rather that you're almost stretching and exercising a muscle. And I'm being shown someone holding something. It almost kind of looks like a hockey stick or a scythe. Like a gatekeeper. There may be a guide or angel or deity that you might want to call in to be a gatekeeper for you at this time. Maybe you already have a connection with I'm really hearing like an angelic entity, or it could be like an extra dimensional entity that isn't necessarily angelic, but I am getting strongly an angelic entity that you have a relationship with. And if you do, then you're being called to have them guard your gateway. But like I said, the thing that is, there's a culmination of this gateway. It won't necessarily be your focal point forever. It will be a part of your life forever. I'm seeing a stork now. And so at some point, the gateway won't be the focal anymore. It'll be something that comes through the gateway's existence that becomes your focus. There is a purpose for the gateway, but in the interim, you must exercise your strength when it comes to this, because you have to increase the vibration large enough so that it can hold and ferry this thing. I'm also seeing a cluster of trees, like a forest that is isolated on an island, and the tree canopy overhangs the edge of the island. So what is surrounding this island is covered by the tree canopy. It's so densely packed, I think is what they're saying, that you have to be able to process through this very dense, it's not dense energy, but it's densely packed energy with tons and tons of information. This may be a soul calling type of thing that you are pulling through the ether. I'm now being shown an X, and two things came up with that. I saw LAX, so you may be someone who is flying. You may be flying to Los Angeles. That may be a significant place for you. Travel to Los Angeles or from, that might be a significant thing for you. You'll know if it is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's not for you. However, I'm also getting, there's a rune that is in the shape of an X called Yabo, I believe, and it is the symbol of a gift. And this gift is this thing that is being birthed through you. I don't know if it's a talent that you already have or a physical thing like a painting or a book. I felt more confirmational energy when I said a book, so something along the lines of something with a lot of material in it. Like it said before, a densely packed informational thing. So this is coming through as a gift to you, to humanity, but it's something that is coming from you. It originates in you. Many people believe that their creativity is something that they're just tapping into and bringing through their body. This isn't what is being talked about here. It is actually coming from you, from your soul stream. I am getting a lot of images in this, so you may be someone who is clairvoyant. You might see symbols and things and synchronicities visually or in your inner eye a lot. I'm also seeing an eagle now. Oh, no, it's not an eagle. It's like it has the wings of an eagle and a really long tail, almost like a phoenix. But it's not a phoenix and it's not an eagle. That might be important to you as well. But yes, so you might be someone who is seeing a lot of things, or in the process of you opening your gateway, you might, as confirmation, you might start to see things visually more and more. And that when that happens, you can take that as confirmation that what you're doing is working and it is opening that gateway. You will also suddenly have a lot more inspiration. You might actually be overwhelmed by this, so you might need to take a break on occasion or write things down. It might be very beneficial for you to get a journal and start writing down inspirations that come to you, because your being is flowing with energy. A lot is coming through it, and just like lightning, it needs to go somewhere. And even if you can't act on that inspiration, in a practical way, you can write it down, and that will help to channel it out of you so that you can keep the space clear for things that you can work on, and you can revisit it and maybe bring those things through. But even just grounding it in the two-dimensional plane by writing it is going to help you a lot. And it's going to help these things, because some of these things will be coming through and they may not be for you, but they need someone to ground it in order for someone else to pick it up later, either by finding your journal, or you share the idea with them, or they are suddenly able to access those thoughts and ideas as well. You're not someone who is going to be experiencing any kind of creative blocks. So if you have been lately, be prepared to have an entirely different experience soon. I'm also getting that for someone who is not, they don't consider themselves to be very creative, it doesn't matter. It's not about art or finesse or your genius in the creation of something. It's about the subject matter itself, not the actual process, which is unusual. I usually get a process message rather than the actual thing. But for you, the one who does not consider themselves to be artistic or skilled in or talented in some way, however this is coming through, let it. It's okay if you're not a writer or painter or musician or welder or anything like that. Do the best that you can with it, and don't focus on the perfection or the craftsmanship of it. Just take what you can do, what you have access to, and let it flow. The importance is that this energy comes through you. The importance is that you work this muscle, like I said. And when the real thing comes, not that these aren't real, but the big one, the point of your gateway being opened, when that comes through, it's really overwhelming me. My whole nervous system is tingly, and it's very expansive, and it's kind of, anyway, it's going to really take over, and whether you're good at it or not, it's going to, like I said, it's almost going to possess you in a way. Don't be scared. It'll feel really good. It'll be good. And like I said, it is you. So this thing that is unfolding and coming through you will be beautiful, and it won't matter if you don't have any skill up until then. So like I said, just let it come through. It might come through in a few different mediums. So maybe you write a little bit, maybe you paint a little bit, maybe you sculpt a little bit. I am using these as examples. It doesn't have to be one of those things, but maybe you do a little bit of everything, or a little bit of one thing and a lot more of another thing. But the importance, again, is that it comes through in grounds. The reason these things are coming through in these different ways are because it's most easiestly, it is easiest to ground through whatever modality that it's calling you to project through. This period of time, it's not showing me a timeline. It's dependent on how open you are to working with this energy that's coming through you. You might be feeling a heightened sense of anxiety if you aren't letting these things flow through you. So if you are starting to feel anxious for no apparent reason, right? Anxiety is traumatically related very often. So if for whatever reason you're experiencing anxiety that is not associated with any trauma responses that you know of for yourself, it may be that you're ignoring some energy that's coming through you through this portal. And to sort of do a meditation or a centering, and once you clear this space, it will come through you very quickly. It's not something you have to go searching for. It's right there. You just need to quiet down enough to hear it or see it. But when you aren't feeling anxious, I'm getting that this is going to be a very loud energy, so it's not something that's going to be easy to ignore anyway. I'm also seeing a tick, so you might be... keep an eye out for ticks, but also keep an eye out for energetic ticks, because as you are expressing this energy, it's not really meant to be shared necessarily. You can if you want to, but don't make it about sharing it with people. Again, for the time being, this is you working this muscle, and you don't want people latching on and asking you for certain things. So again, to use the example of a painter, if you're painting up a storm with all of this energy coming through you, don't take commissions. This is not the time for commissions. Of course you can, if that's what you live off of, but limit them, because this energy is trying to channel through you. So take that as it resonates. And you have a lot of entities around you helping you through this process. They're not all humanoids. And you might be feeling particularly connected to certain animals or extra dimensional beings, and maybe there are some that you've never heard of before, but you keep seeing, and you might be thinking they're like a figment of your imagination. I'm also hearing characters in books. These entities are here to help you through this process, because it is overwhelming, and they're helping you to cycle the energy. So they're helping you to keep the energy flowing and moving, and that is your ultimate goal at this time, is to just keep the energy flowing. I'm not getting anything else. I hope that this resonated. I hope that it helped you. Let me know in the comments what you thought, if it resonated, what you think this might be about, what modalities you are channeling this energy through. Like this video if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'd love to see more people come in and join this community, and I will see you next time. Bye.